Thanks for listening to the Natural Ones podcast. You can find us on Twitter at the Nat Ones Cast or on Facebook, facebook.com/the Nat Ones Cast. You can email us, thenatonescast@gmail.com, or find us individually. You can find Aydin at Alakaya A58. You can find Zeki at Zektown, Jerry at JMEE3RD, or myself at PatEuglow. Thanks for listening, and is that another natural one?
All right, me and Hugh are going to crash the date. We're just going to sit at the table like right next to you guys.
My plan is working perfectly, just like I always intended.
I don't trust Hugh at all.
I'm selling a new set of encyclopedias. Would anybody like to check them out?
I start sprinting towards the store.
I don't think I can see you.
We're doing D&D tonight.
Yes, we are.
We're already way over.
We are.
I blame Aiden.
Wow.
I was doing stuff. I was reading it. Let's see. Yeah, my phone's locked here. Let's unlock it. Here we go. And you're going to find out what the rogue mage was doing at the museum and how it's linked up. Oh, wait. You sent these in opposite order. Tim, working for Maritza, also needs... Wait, no, what?
No, I put them in the right order. I was answering your
you
question.
You
just
started
because
the
we were
sentence with "and."
Well, if you look at the previous message, I said, I think these month-long breaks make it hard.
Right.
And then...
That's poor... That is poor English, Zeki. You don't start a sentence, let alone a paragraph, with "and."
You're right.
He's got you there. He has got you there.
You have me there. Didn't know this was long-form monologuing we were doing here.
So everyone's caught up with what the plot is, right?
Yeah.
From that weird jumble of statements, sure, let's go with that.
So, you guys have heard from your time in Greenfoam that there is a rogue mage in the Rose Guard that has gone silent, not really making any communications whatsoever, and you saw a couple documents on the table when you were in Greenfoam about, including the letter saying that they're going to go after the rose petals. You ended up getting on your way to Brinst after fighting that troll, or was it an orc? It was an ogre.
It's an ogre, yeah.
Yeah. And then once you've gotten to Brinst, you basically have been tasked with finding out what this rogue mage has been doing since she was spotted going in and out of the museum. And you also know that there is a new exhibit opening at the museum, and that may or may not have something to do with it. I mean, I did not make it very coded. But in the meantime, you guys just got done with your date and burning down the building. And
No, nearly burning down the building, right? Didn't we save it?
Kind of.
Okay.
It's like half burned. I mean, they're going to take some time to fix it tomorrow with some magic, but it'll happen. But it totally cock-blocked you and ruined your date.
That is true. That is true.
Well, I saved it.
So you guys are currently on your way to the library to meet up with Tim, who you met at Maritza's Magical Menagerie. And Tim is Maritza's lover of sorts. And he is also a thief, like a rogue. And you guys are going to meet him at roughly 11 o'clock to get into this library to steal the blueprints for the museum, because he needs it anyways, because he's going to be doing something for Maritza. Stealing some swords, I think I told you guys. And you guys thought it was advantageous to join up with that, and you're going to decide what you're doing once you get into that library and how to find actual blueprints and everything else.
All right. So are we opening up on our meeting with Tim? Is that the plan?
Yeah. So we're going to open up. You guys have since left the bazaar area where the tavern was. You guys just got done dropping Hilda off at her burnt house. And now you guys are making your way over to the eastern part of the city where the library is located.
All right. So I think we should just move along with our business, gentlemen, and meet up with this Tim character.
I think you might actually have a good idea there.
Who's Tim again?
He's gonna help us with our project. Hugh.
Oh, short, ugly guy. Yeah. I think that's a good idea too.
You know the other halfling that you've met? The only other one?
Yeah, halflings are fucking ugly. Am I right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. All right, good. See, we get along, guys. We agree on things.
All right, so we're gonna go meet Tim. Where are we meeting him?
Like a block away from the library, like right in front of it, kind of.
Okay.
There's not going to be anybody like walking around or anything because it's getting pretty late, and you're over by the mayor's mansion. So like, because the library is right beneath the mayor's mansion, it's like his sub basement.
So we have Tim in front of us now. Just to be clear.
Not yet. You guys are still making your way over there.
Oh,
I didn't know if you guys wanted to like work out any
Hugh,
details.
Hugh, you're on my shit list. Just FYI.
Why? What did I do?
I mean, I feel like we don't need to go over it. There was just a 5-alarm fire in the city. But you and I have some things to settle once the dust clears here, my friend.
That was so long ago. You're
Hugh,
not
it
over
was
that?
literally just
Come
a couple
on.
hours ago.
I'm going to stab you.
What? No.
What was the point of that, Hugh? Why would you do that?
I honestly can't recall.
I actually believe you. I believe you for some reason.
I got some sweet stuff, though. Look at all this stuff I got, guys.
Do you realize we could have had... Listen,
I show them my bags.
if we had a potion maker in our pocket, do you realize how much cool shit we could have gotten for free? But instead, you did your thing, and look what happened. We have nothing.
That sounds like an investment, and that's not really my thing.
How is that an investment?
You know, you're putting things away for the future. I'd just rather take it now.
Weren't you asleep for 1,000 years?
Yeah, but I don't dream. It just went by like that. I have sleep apnea.
And
anyway,
as you guys wrap up this conversation, Tim is standing roughly 50, 60 feet away from the building at the edge across the street. He's looking around anxiously and tapping his foot, just like kind of anxious and wondering where the other part of his crew is. He's wondering if you guys were going to bail on him or not.
Hey Tim, we're here. Can we convene and let's make a plan?
Oh yeah, like that would be great. Where the hell have you been?
Oh, it's a long story. It's Hugh's fault, but we're here now. So what's the idea here? What do you think we need to do?
I mean, have you ever been to a library? It's a building full of books. We got to find the right book, and then we're gonna figure out the floor plan. And I don't know what you guys have to do, but I need to steal some swords, so I need to figure out where the hell they are.
Okay.
Wait, library. If we're breaking into a library, why have I been stacking bales of hay and kerosene at the museum for the last half an hour? We were knocking off the museum.
No, we need the plans from the library to know what we need to find in the museum, correct?
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense.
Isn't that what we're doing? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here.
That is the whole purpose for being here.
Okay.
Yes.
I totally knew that the whole time.
So we're looking
I'm doing
for the
it for
plans.
love.
We're looking for the plans
And
in the
money.
museum. Is there anything else in the library we should be aware of?
I mean,
is it just your standard, typical library?
Are there guards? Or...
Yeah, are people guarding
I
the books?
know there's some librarians in there, but
do we need some kind of card to gain access and rent a book?
what are you talking about?
Some
That
kind
makes
of public
absolute no sense.
Some kind of public access card. I don't know.
Everybody
that's a thing
knows.
somewhere.
You make a
Some
deposit, 10 gold, 1 book.
And how do we get our gold back?
I mean, it's kind of null at 11 p.m. Don't you think? I don't think they're going to be taking our deposit money now.
I see. Okay, all right. So we're expecting there to be no one here. Is that what we're saying? Like, do people guard this library at night after hours? What would we expect, Tim? We're all visitors here in this city.
I'm gonna go knock on the front door. While they're discussing, I'm gonna walk over and knock on the front door.
You hear absolutely nothing.
Guys, I think it's clear.
Can I go to the front door and use my thieves' tools to try to unlock the door?
I push it open.
I don't think that's how this works.
It's a library. Maybe it's not locked. Let's go steal books.
He actually does have a point. You should try it to at least just open the door before trying to...
Fine.
break things.
I try to open the door. I try to open the front door to this library.
I open the door as Gris is kneeling down, rummaging through his rucksacks, and I just look very smug about it as I push the door open.
Wait, you guys are using the front door?
Well, I mean, all right. Well, let's hold on. Let's.
What the hell?
100%.
Do you know of a better door?
Yeah. Do you know? Yeah. Do you know a better door, Tim? Huh? You're not offering us a lot of help here. I feel like we're supposed to be partners in this endeavor, and
You guys just showed up and started saying shit. I don't know what you want.
all right. Let's. All right. I'm gonna take.
Let's go around the
take a
corner
quick-
here.
Yeah,
Let's-
I'll take a quick stroll
I
around.
see
the
there's an
building.
alleyway. I've been scoping this place out a little bit. There's an alleyway. Let's go check that out first.
All right. Let's go check out the alleyway. What do we see?
And as you guys quickly and actually make some stealth checks. Are you guys trying to be stealthy with this, or are you
I feel like
just
I feel like
doing
it's
your
probably
thing?
good to be a little stealthy.
No.
All right, everybody who is trying to be stealthy, make stealth check.
16.
8.
Anybody over 10 succeeds, and no. And if there was anybody around, they aren't hearing you.
Oh, I actually have a +4 for that, so I have 12. Anyway.
Oh, then you're good. Aang and
I just-
Gris. What'd you say, Jerry?
I just casually saunter over, whistling a light tune with my hands in my pockets.
That sounds.
We don't know this
normal.
guy.
So yeah, you guys make your way. The main entrance would be down here somewhere, where my mouse is. And you guys are going around the corner. You see there's a little alleyway here. And as you guys start sneaking your way down or whistling, Tim is also sneaking. He's kind of looking at you, Hugh, like you're really
An asshole.
gonna mess everything up. You see a bunch of crates and boxes as you make your way down, and everything seems kind of stacked haphazardly. And as you continue down, you see a load of barrels, and in the corner there's a door. It's an old
a door to the
It's an
library.
old looking, yeah. It's like an old oak door. It looks like it's like a very heavy, like thick, like dense wood. And there seem to be a number of hinges on the one side, like more hinges than there would normally be. Like you're kind of like this doesn't make sense, or at least someone who has seen a door before would think that it makes no sense. And where you would see a doorknob, there is just like a metal plate with 2 pinholes.
Ooh. Can we, Hugh? Can you take a look at this door and see if there's any kind of magic being used here?
I think I can do something like that, sonny boy. Let's take a look here. I'd have to use a spell on it. Think it's worth it?
No. I'm gonna stick my thieves' tools in the holes.
All right. Can you make a sleight of hand check for me?
Sleight of hand. Okay. Do I get my thieves tools modifier? Because I have a different plus for my thieves tools than I do for my sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, definitely. Since rogue doing thieves tool things.
Ooh, that's a 19 plus 6 is a 25. We're rolling hot tonight, boys.
Jeez. All right. Yeah, you.
The door falls off its hinges silently.
It doesn't fall off the hinges. You manage to get your thieves tools in these two little pinholes, and you're poking around, and you feel pressure on the one side, and as you let go of the pressure on the one side, you're able to kind of squeeze in deeper on the other, and you feel like you've hit several pins in this locking mechanism, but there seems to be something just like concrete stopping you. There might be, like I said, there's no actual handle over here. So as you feel all these pins sort of knock out of place, you're trying to push it from your side to kind of jimmy it open, and it's just not budging.
The hinges are on the outside of the door. If we can see them, they must be on the outside of the door, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Ang. Yeah, sorry. I couldn't remember. Hey, Ang. You think you could make work of those hinges there? If they're on the outside of the door, we clip those hinges off. We'll be able to pop this door open, no problem.
Do you think there's any way for you to kind of jimmy it and pull it towards you, even while you're unlocking it? Maybe it comes towards us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I could use like a thaumaturgy cantrip. Can I make wind with my thaumaturgy? I can't remember. Let me look. I know I can do cool shit with it, but I don't think that's part of it.
I would like to cast Mold Earth to burrow a tunnel under the door.
You like to what?
I want to cast Mold Earth.
Oh no!
Okay.
I can't.
I want to mold a tunnel going under the door, like in a U shape.
What 2 actions would you like to take for this first hour?
I'm going to burrow a 5-foot shaft down at a 45-degree angle towards the door, and then a 5-foot shaft at a 45-degree angle up once it's past the door, if you get what I'm saying.
Would the first one disappear after you cast the second one? Or can you hold multiple cantrips?
I can hold 2 at a time.
Okay. Yeah, I see no problem with that. So, how are you going to do it? Kind of, is it like a verbal cantrip, or what do you have to do to like move your hands around or anything like that? Describe it to me.
I hock a loogie in the ground and I say, "Hey, listen here. You know what to do." And I'm gonna part my hands, like I have them together, palm towards each other, and I just slowly pull them apart. And as I pull it apart, a equal space starts appearing in the ground.
And as you see this earth opening up, everyone's kind of dumbfounded at how effective you were with that. And
nice job, Hugh.
To say the least,
Scarl
we're surprised.
kind of turns his head off to the side and just sticks out his tongue really quick, like, what?
Scarl, get in there and check it out. I'll set Scarl in for a report.
Okay. Scarl scuttles in, quickly tapping his feet up and down as he's excitedly going down this slope and up the other one. He saw the whole magic event take place, and I think he was just very impressed that his owner was able to do something like that. So he goes in there and...
Don't look so surprised.
What has given us reason to not be surprised?
Yeah, this is like the one constructive thing you've done so far.
And you lose sight of him, and for the next 2 or 3 minutes, you're kind of just... Are you guys gonna wait for him to come back, or are you just gonna...
Yeah, well, I'm gonna keep an eye out, make sure there's nothing going on around us. It's like a pretty dark alley. Is that a dead end at the end of the alley here?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're near where the barrels are, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys are standing right in this
Oh, I see.
this little 5-foot area here.
Okay.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna move some of the barrels to like kind of block off the entrance, so like people like might walk by and see some barrels stacked up high and not want to go past there.
Okay. Tim looks at what you're doing and says to you, "Hey, do you need some help? I can help you move a barrel or two. I mean, I'm not that tall, but yeah, I mean, I could help."
And I just go like, I got it, bro. Boom, 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 boom. And I stack the
Make a
barrels.
performance check on that
Oh
one.
shit.
Doing the gun show, you gotta.
Hold on. What's do I get a modifier performance? Oh no.
I think you do actually.
Oh, all right. So 15.
Yeah, that happens. You have no issue going. You have like no issue. I think Tim's starting to look at you with some lovey-dovey eyes.
Jeez.
Actually, he's
Yeah.
just very impressed with the guns.
I'm used to it.
And as this is all going on, all of a sudden you hear pitter patter scuttling up in the dirt, and Scarl returns unharmed and sticks out his tongue right at you, Hugh, and kind of like licks your chainmail tunic as he looks up at you lovingly.
All right. So what the fuck does that mean? Hugh, is the coast clear? Like, what's going on? Can you translate for us? I don't speak Scarl.
I don't either. Well, I think I do, but I forgot it.
Okay. All right. So
I'm pretty sure it's safe though. I mean, he came back.
All right.
That was like if he didn't come back, we would know it was
Okay,
dangerous.
all right.
And that was my plan.
all right. I'm gonna lead the way into the library. Wait, hold on. Wait. Do we know where this book is that we need? Or are we just gonna
That's
wander
your
around
job.
this library?
I got us in here.
So
Also, side question: am I gonna fit in this hole?
it's 5 feet by 5. I mean, I hope so. I hope we can crawl in.
I mean, I'm not a little person here.
That's true. That's true.
We'll grease you up.
Oh boy.
All right. So, Tim? Do we know where these blueprints are in this library? Is there like a record section?
I have an idea. It's amazing there. There's so many books. I've been in here like once or twice. You know, some magazines had taken out, but I don't know exactly where the municipality paperwork is, but I'm sure it's sectioned off, and we'll be able to find it eventually.
All right. I'm gonna take a stroll into the tunnel. Is anyone coming with me? Am I going solo?
Are you going solo?
I'll follow you
All right,
behind. I'll follow in behind you.
I'm gonna hop on Aang so he can fit. Like I'm just gonna like jump on his butt a couple times, and, like push him down the hole.
I have to like somehow like squirm and twist to get through with my 6'5" frame. try to squeeze through this hole and everything like that, and finally make my way in. It's actually pretty nice in here. Wow, kind of surprised.
You did a good job, Hugh. Surprisingly adequate job making this tunnel.
See, I can be a team player.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys enter into this large cavernous room, and as you guys kind of ascend at a 45 angle and kind of shuffle your way up the slope, you kind of like open up and see this giant room over here,
Holy shit.
and you kind of you see you guys just came in through this doorway right here, and now you see there's columns holding up and supporting this entire room, and you see all of these large tables. There has to be 20-30 tables in here. There's some people who have left books out at some of these tables. It looks like some of the candles were almost burning themselves out as the day was wrapping up and people were finishing for the day. A lot of people have bookmarks in some of these tomes spread throughout these books, and you see just like a wall of bookshelves.
Okay. I'm gonna go snap my fingers, and I'm going to use my thaumaturgy cantrip, and I'm gonna increase the lighting from all the candles that are still lit in the place.
Yeah, light it up
So
like a torch for everyone.
it's
walking
gonna
by
brighten
outside.
up the library a little bit.
Perfect. So yeah, you guys, what do you want to do next?
I start going by all the tables with all the books laying open and turning all the pages 5 pages back, and I go to all the books with bookmarks, and I take the bookmarks and I move the bookmarks 5 pages back.
Okay, are you guys going to take a short break while he does this? Because that's going to take some time there.
I'm going to start looking around and seeing if I can make sense of how this place is organized. Perhaps there's some kind of numerical system set up by some early librarian where we can figure out where these municipal plans may be inside the library.
Okay.
Is there a Louis system of organizing these books?
What kind of nerd are you? An organizational system like this? I mean, I think each shelf has a label on it. I think, and as Tim looks at you, kind of sideways at some greater organizational process in a library, he walks straight across the room as Hugh is turning pages and goes to the first bookshelf he sees, right at the edge of this row of bookshelves that you guys see here. He goes up to this tall bookshelf. It has to be about 15 feet high, just full of books. It looks like if anyone tried to shove any additional tomes into any of these shelves, they would just burst at the seams, as it were, and books would go flying everywhere. As he walks over there, he starts studying the different rows to see if there's any indication of what's what.
Okay, I'm going to try to assist and figure out if we can see sort of, we can make sense of what's going on over here. If there's some kind of orderliness to the setup.
I'm gonna try to track down a ladder to see if, just in case we need to get to the higher shelves, seeing as how none of us are 15 feet tall.
There's a lot of bookshelves here. Holy shit.
Good plan, guys. Good plans. I continue on with my prank of moving all the...
Hey, Hugh. What if I send you on a little secret mission?
I'm on a secret mission right now. You know how frustrated these people are going to be when they come back? They're going to look at their books and they're like, wait, I already read this. And then they're going to flip all over and they wouldn't realize they're so close.
Okay.
It's going to be great.
Okay. I'm just going to look for these plans then. I'm actually gonna...
It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
I'm just going to let Hugh fuck around with it. I'm just going to look over at Hugh and just shake my head. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna go forward, kind of through these bookshelves here, and kind of make it into the center of the room and see if I can figure out what's going on. If there's a card catalog, perhaps.
I feel like there has to be some kind of numerical system in place.
I agree. Yeah, for sure.
So are you
possibly even by author?
Are you heading down towards this end of the room, towards the what would be the front of the library?
I want to go see in the center where there's that greenish circle.
This is why I wanted to be able to shut stuff off, because you guys wouldn't know that's there.
Okay.
But
I just mean that's the direction I want to walk. I want to walk towards what I imagine is actually, I guess no. You know what? I think I will walk towards the front of the room, because there must be guys. I think maybe if there's some kind of organizational system here, it's probably towards the front of the library, right? Wouldn't that make the most sense?
Probably by the front desk.
Yeah, maybe there's a front desk we can find. So I'm actually gonna go forward. I'm gonna go towards the front of the library. So
I'll come with you.
Yeah, like on the map we're looking at, I guess if north is up, then south. Due south.
Okay.
Yeah, and then once I hit that wall, I'll go west, I guess.
Okay. So I don't know. It might not be super visible right now. 5. Yeah,
this
fine.
map is awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
it is really cool.
I am loving Dungeon Hunter.
You put a lot of work into this.
Ooh.
Yeah, it took a couple
hours.
You put a
lot of work into it. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
this is there's columns and shit. This is cool, man. Holy crap.
Shit, look at that detail.
Yeah, I know. There's you can see open maps on there. That's
oh, wow.
Yeah, you didn't mess around, dude. This is awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that, because I couldn't.
Can we all right, can we just put this on the Facebook page, please, so people can see the detail you put into this map? Once we're done with this area, people should see this, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, I can, because I can make it full size. That's the full thing.
Yeah. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. So as you guys can see, as you guys make your way towards the front of the library, you notice that in between a couple sets of columns, there are more of these large wooden doors, similar to the one you saw at the side alley, but they do have handles on them, and as they are closed now, but they don't look like they would be locked by any magical means.
I'm gonna go up and try to just open the one on the left.
Yeah. I will, I'll back him up. I'll be right behind him.
Okay. Are you guys still trying to be sneaky at all?
Yeah, I feel like we're not trying to make our presence really known. We're trying to be quiet-ish, right?
Yeah, it is the library after all.
Yeah. Respect the rules. Jeez. We're not savages.
All right, fair enough. So you guys continue on sneakily.
I drag a chair across the ground and it scrapes loudly as I saddle up to what looks like to be
when Hugh inevitably gets attacked and murdered in this campaign, I'm not going to help him.
You guys should be happy. When I get bored of this, I'm setting fires.
In the library? Great.
Wow. What are these walls made of?
Stone.
Ah, it'll be like an oven.
Oh, good. Good.
Oh my gosh. So as you open this door slowly, it creaks as you slowly open it, and you kind of wish you would have opened it a little bit faster even, because the creak is a deafening sound in the utter silence that is the library when no one's in it right now. Like you hear no one flipping any pages of books, or you hear no one running around replacing books on shelves like it would be in the daytime. It is just absolutely silent. So as you creak open this door, you kind of wonder to yourselves if that was the best move or not. And you enter through, and what do you guys want to do next?
I turn and look at them, and I just put my finger up to my lips and say, shh, shh.
When we walk in through that door to our left, what are those boxes? Are those more tables, just like tables, or are they?
Okay, so as you enter,
like boxes,
actually, you see more crates. There's just a couple crates, maybe a new shipment of tomes that need unpacked. It could be anything in there, but there's just a couple extra boxes, and then you see it open up in front of you. There's more columns and more bookshelves.
I guess we just keep proceeding down this room, right? Like, we can probably stop at a couple bookshelves and just see what's on the bookshelves, I guess. See if we're getting...
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to this bookshelf right in front of us here, the like second group, or the second one over. Yeah, right there, that one. And just take a random book off of the shelf. And what kind of book is it?
It's a coloring book.
This has no relevance to us at all. Although it does look like it would be a fun coloring book.
It's not actually a coloring book, but it roll a D100 for me. So roll your percentage in a
right?
D10 or two D10s.
This guy, right? Or
Sure. Roll that one and then the regular D10 as well.
oh boy. Starting off strong. 0 and 3.
You pick up a book called The Prophecies. It's a tale of you flip through the pages, stopping at the first like 30 pages and flipping through to like the next 70 pages, and you can kind of tell it's a novel. It's nothing special. You kind of see mention of some Githyanki wizard named Harry, and you don't really understand what Harry is supposed to be doing in a dormitory, but that's kind of where you flip to. And actually, as you keep flipping after the first like 150 pages, the rest of the book is blank. But it just seems to be a novel, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Well, I have no more information about how this place is actually organized.
Shit, we are guys. We are boned. There is no way we're gonna figure out where this goddamn book is.
Where's Tim at? Did he make any headway with anything?
Tim is actually helping Hugh flip the pages back. Because he actually stayed
Goddamn halflings.
up in the other room, and after investigating this bookshelf up here, he kind of saw that they looked like they were non-fiction books. They were like public records of some auction that happened 50 years ago, but in a number of auctions in the same year that had happened in one of the auction houses, but there's nothing else really pertinent there whenever he took a book off. And so now he's walking over towards Hugh, who has, I'm sure, started making his way down to these scrolls and other assorted maps, and I'm sure he's doing some trickery, and Tim joins in.
I brought my book, and I'm reading my book as we go.
All right.
What book do you have?
Do you guys know about this book? It's about this dog that gets taken up to the far north and gets forced into working, and it's he really finds himself. He goes through all this rough treatment, but it's about a dog. It speaks to me, guys. I think I found my favorite book.
Okay. I'm gonna start like lightly jogging down the corridor that we're in and like pulling books off every couple shelves to see if we're getting close to what we need here. There's so many shelves. We're never guys. We're like literally never gonna find these books.
I got an idea. As Tim creeps through the door and makes his way over to the bookshelves where you're at, he kind of stops you guys and says, we should check like some of the shelves up in the front and like actually look. Maybe there's some labels. I noticed there was like an little A label on that first shelf I was at for the auctions. Maybe we're onto something there. This seems Aang, what book did you find over there? You said it was a fiction book?
Yeah, it was some book about some like, I don't know, some kid named Harry. It only had about 150 pages. It wasn't a complete book.
That seems kind of shitty.
I didn't write it.
It's probably a very well written book, though. I don't know what I'm saying.
It may go down as one of the greats, but it's disputable.
It is in the library.
Yeah, people will read it.
I'd like to see Gris have a book in the library.
Okay, so you guys still gonna like run down this hallway and try to figure out what's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna like lightly jog, like a brisk walk maybe, and just I'm not trying to be too loud, but I'm trying to like speed up this process because this library is massive, and like as we're walking, I'm realizing the scope of this place, and we are just literally looking for a needle in a haystack. It seems it's literally a maze. It's a maze. It's a legit maze. There's dead ends and loop-de-loos and
loop-de-laws.
Yep, loop-de-laws.
Hugh, are you with the group now as they're moving around?
Yeah, I'm casually following them. I'm not really looking for anything. I'm very engrossed in my book.
Okay.
He wore out his usefulness digging that hole.
He's spent. He's used all of his useful points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give those to you, Hugh, as you level up in the game. You're just gonna get like a useful point that you can use every day. No, but
I think leveling up would reduce my useful points.
Can it be less than one?
Well, you're level 2.
It's actually
right now,
detrimental.
So but I don't know. You had to do 2 cantrips, so I don't know if that counts as 2 useful points or. But no, as you guys are making your way along here, in this library that seems to just expand forever upon your horizon. As soon as you walk around a corner, there's just more shelves, and there just seems to be more and more books on each of these shelves. And as you stop at the end of a row, and as you turn, you just see that there's a wall here and more bookshelves. It just seems like it never ends. And do you want to like check some of these books over here, or do you want to just keep moving along?
I'm gonna literally check like every like fourth bookshelf. I'm just gonna check, just keep like ripping books off and like looking at them, and if they're not what I need, putting them back on, and yeah, trying to go fast, but
go up around into like the little like tucked away area, go deeper into the maze itself, rather than just kind of skimming along the edges. See if there's anything on the inside there.
All right, Aang, make an investigation check. Gris, you as well.
ooh, that's a natural one.
17.
That's a
17
Is a natural
minus
one a natural
1.
one even with my modifier?
My investigation sucks.
Oh, okay, so it's a natural one.
Otherwise, how would you ever get a natural one?
I don't know. Maybe you don't have a modifier on something. I don't know.
No, a natural one is like an auto fail.
Fuck.
You think these books are really cool. You actually get stuck looking at one of these books that you pull off the shelf. It's a thin tome, but inside of it there's a large red dire wolf that appears to be larger than a lot of the other dire wolves that you've ever seen or heard stories of, and it seems to assist mages who do a lot of work with water and other alchemy. It seems it's a very large red dire wolf. You are really interested in the book, though. You it seems to be a page turner.
I mean, dire wolves are pretty awesome. So,
Does this dire wolf have a name?
I believe it is
Clifford.
Cliffart. It was a really his owner was a really rude boy who named his dog Cliffart because gaseous. While Gris gets stuck reading this book, he just seems to meander his way over to you, Aang, not paying any mind. And as you stop at one of these bookshelves, you notice that in small gold lettering on the wood shelf in between a couple of these shelves of books, like right in the middle, right at eye level, at about your eye level, so at about 6 feet, you notice it says fiction, new fiction tomes.
Well, guys, I think we just found out how these books are organized.
We're in the right place.
There's writing. No, not at all. We're literally we're in the children's
Shit.
fiction
Okay.
section.
I guess that explains
Well,
all the beanbag
fiction
shares
in
around.
general.
Let's all right. Well, I'll like jog along the wall and see if I can find another section then.
I think we should maybe go back to the main room and see if there's anything.
Okay.
If that's more of a non-fiction area, since that's where Tim said he saw the auction book.
Yeah, I think I am here. You don't have to refer to me in the third person. I'm right here.
I had
Don't
to
you always
indicate
refer to
that I was
someone in the
talking
third
about
person?
You, though, Tim.
You can.
I don't know. You could have been like,
It'd be weird if Aang referred to Aang in the third person.
Yeah, like I say, oh, Gris doesn't want to do this. That's what. All right, anyway, halflings don't get a lot of education apparently in this realm, so we're just gonna go back to the center of the.
I have 3 degrees, thank you very much.
I grew up in the streets. That was my education.
Okay, it shows. All right, we're gonna keep running back and try to find some more. Aang, how did you find out that we were in the wrong section?
I looked at the shelving. There's gold letters lettering written on the shelves themselves.
Okay, all right, let's take.
Short, ugly dude, did you find what you were looking for?
What? We're looking for the same thing. What are you talking about? If I found what I was looking for, you'd find what you were looking for.
Jerry is so in character. It's amazing.
He's so on brand.
He never breaks. It's amazing. All right, I'm gonna keep looking at these, look for these gold letterings and see if I can see. I gotta see what's going on, man. I gotta find this blueprints, municipal drawings.
As you guys are making your way back to your original location at the entrance of this wall of tomes, you walk up to the first shelf, and you happen to take a glance at the gold lettering on this particular bookshelf, and somebody's gonna need to make an investigation check.
Do you want to do it, Ang?
Yeah, sure. 7 minus 1, 6.
Can I assist?
You can just roll for yourself too. Like, you guys are doing this, like, looking at all these shelves together. So you might be looking at like the 4th row, and he could be looking at like the 5th row or whatever.
I got a 9. We can't read.
So
I was elected to lead, not to read.
So you notice that this section of the library is definitely an older section. A lot of these haven't really been touched in a while. You can see there's like a fine layer of dust on the edge of the shelf where the books are kind of like pushed in, and you can see like no one's really pulled any of these off of the shelf recently. And as you kind of brush off the wood from all this dust that's there, you see in very faint gold lettering, public record.
Ayo.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's just tear through the shelf, I guess, then, and look at. Is there further classification on each shelf, or is it just? Is there any way to determine what's on each shelf or what's in each book without actually pulling off the shelf?
Well, you actually notice that it says public record, and then there's a dash, and it says AU, which doesn't surprise you because that was where the auctions were. Some of like the auction documents that Tim had pulled off the shelf were located.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna try to go find public record L.
Why L?
I mean, nope. Public record M.
MU,
And,
maybe?
Tim looks up at you
MU.
and says,
MU.
Who's the fucking dumbass now?
Guys, I found the plans of the library. We're saved.
Surely that will tell us what section we need to go to. So, okay. You guys are making your way. Are you guys being loud, or you guys not really care? You don't really think you hear anything?
I feel like we're pretty.
You're comfortable with not seeing anybody yet, so
Yeah.
you're like your guard down, or what are you
Yeah, I
doing?
think we're pretty safe.
I start sobbing gently as I get to a very emotional part of my book. He had to leave his sister, guys.
Do you need to
He had
sit
leave
down
her.
at this chair here? Are you gonna like let everybody else do things and you're just gonna sit and read?
He did his tunnel. He did his tunnel. He's met his quota for the campaign. We couldn't possibly ask for more than that.
I haven't set anything on fire yet. That's a bonus.
Just let's keep it that way.
Yeah, be happy he's enraptured.
Let's
right
keep
now.
it that way. You just stay in your feels while we try to find the book. How about that?
What?
Okay, so are you guys gonna enter you see past this first bookshelf that you had initially kind of been looking at with all the auctions? You notice that behind that, about 10 feet away, there's an entire another row of shelves. Are you gonna enter into this area, like kind of work your way at the beginning of what would seem to be a large maze of books everywhere?
Well, like we're just going by the tag on the shelf, right?
Mm-hmm.
So following alphabetically, I'm just gonna go where I think it's gonna bring me. Like I'm looking for MU.
MU?
That's all I'm looking
Okay.
for.
So you guys start, but yeah. So back to my original point. How are you guys? Are you guys walking normal?
I feel like I'm walking normally. Like I'm not being boisterous, but I'm not like sneaky
Yeah,
anymore.
same.
Okay.
Same.
I feel like it's pretty low security at this place.
Tim picks up on what you're throwing down in terms of your level of sneak, and he kind of relaxes himself. Like he's like, "Yeah, you guys are right. What would the point of like guarding a library heavily be? Like, I mean, who wants to steal books?
Yeah,
There's no money in that.
Books for nerds. No one wants them.
Books are beautiful.
Shut up, you. Go back to reading.
Nerd.
Nerd alert.
Okay. That's excellent.
I know you appreciate that.
I do appreciate that a lot. So you guys walk through, and you guys aren't really seeing anything too crazy as you make your way up this first row. Do you guys want to continue going down, or do you want to go across?
What do the letters say?
Because you can see as you make your way at the end of this first row of books, On either side of you, there's the back end of the library, like the final wall, before what you would presume be the ocean. Actually, there's space for you to skip around.
Okay. Yeah, like
a certain number.
I'll go to like the
rows.
next
You wanna,
bookshelf and
continue
just see
on?
what the lettering is
Yeah,
on it.
we'll split up and try to cover more ground.
You're gonna.
Well,
split
no,
up?
I feel like if it's alphabetical, should be able to figure out which row it's in by, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
yeah, that shouldn't be too hard.
So you guys kind of loop around
Yeah.
and check this next
What's it
row, and you see you brush off some more dust on these shelves, and it says public record C.
Okay, go to the next shelf. Next
Yep.
column.
Okay, and you proceed to make your way down 3 or 4 more, and you start seeing public record MA.
Okay, I'm gonna go down that. We'll go down that
Yeah,
column, right?
Yeah.
And just like looking every other bookshelf for getting closer to MU.
Okay, you guys are making your way down this slew of.
Are we in the far
Of,
side of
shelves.
shelves right now, or are we second in?
Second in, I think, right?
No, you guys are down here actually.
Okay.
This is where what did I say?
Yeah.
MC. Yeah. So we keep going there.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, you guys are walking down this section of them.
Okay.
And there actually seems to be a lot, because you guys check again down here, and it starts to be ME. There's apparently a lot of MCs for some reason. So eventually, you guys make your way into this second part, this like second half of the library.
Oh.
And as you exit out of here, you start seeing all these statues that are in place. It's a library, but you can also see, every library's got to have a couple busts and a couple statues in it.
Yeah.
Especially one of this size for such a prestigious and wealthy, emphasis on the wealthy city. They're going to show off a little bit with their public buildings. And so you open up into this second part of the room, and you kind of see more places of private study for people who would want to rent out some space. Hugh, I don't know if you want to mess with any of these tomes that are on these tables. There are several tables that have a number of scrolls and pages, like loose pages, just in random orders. Again, this is like the public records section, so there may not be as many bound tomes as would be in like a fiction or a historical section. And as you actually look towards the back, you see several stone circles. 2 of them have a faint green glow about them.
Ooh, green glow. Okay, I'm looking at those now.
What's the red boxes, the red squares next to the?
Those are just like
Okay.
carpets. It looks like if you wanted to do some kinds of meditation or something like that, that would be like a good place. I'm sure there are tomes of magical incantations and stuff like that where people would reflect on what they've read and focus on the spells that they're trying to learn and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm looking at these green. Are the shelves at dead end? Like, do we get to MU? I feel like we should be close to MU now, right?
Yeah, you guys are very close. You guys have pretty much followed the bookshelves, running your fingers down, checking shelf by shelf, and the MU section starts right in this area.
Okay.
And as you exit out, coming through these bookshelves, you're taken aback by the idea that there is another half of this library that you haven't seen before.
This place is huge.
That's why I'm just like
Yeah.
explaining.
This-
I want to set the scene for you guys to get the scope. Like, there's 10 large 12-foot statues, 10-foot statues over here. There's several smaller statues over here, like busts of previous mayors and other figureheads. There's a statue of some of the guild leaders who have run the UTC in the past, and that's kind of what you're seeing here.
Okay.
Now, whenever you're over in the MU section, you start going through, and how are you gonna try to find the
Looking
right
for
documents?
museum, like we got MUSEUM. I'm gonna look through the
Okay.
MU.
Ananas.
Make an investigation check for me.
That's better. 12 plus 14.
Okay. So with a 14, you get to the bookshelf, and you start leafing through. It looks like there's a lot of programs that have been saved from different exhibits as things have changed throughout the museum's history. You start going back further and further and further until you get to a section towards the very bottom of this bookshelf here, and what you see is there starts to get older and older vellum. Actually, it's no longer on like a paper that you would recognize in some of the earlier pamphlets and stuff like that. You're starting to get to like a couple old flyers from whenever it first opened, and finally, as you make your way towards the bottom of the pile, there's several wrapped up scrolls, like vellum, like large vellum scrolls. They seem to be about like 2 feet long, and they seem to just be at the bottom of the pile. There was no real method to how they were tossed in there. It doesn't look like anyone's tried to look at any of these in a very long time, like a very, very long time. Some of the corners are bent on the paper as you pull out 2 scrolls that appear to be, as you open up these documents, they appear to be blueprints of the library or the museum. Sorry.
What a twist! All right.
It was filed under MU though.
All right. I'm gonna call Tim over and be like, "Hey, take a look at these. Does this look like what we're looking for here?"
I mean, yeah, this looks about right. Is there all 4 floors there? Is it just the? I see you got 2 scrolls. Are there any more?
Are there any more? I'm gonna look.
Yeah, and after a little bit more digging, in the very back, they seem to have been like stuck to the back of the bookshelf. You pull and you tweak it a little bit, you twist here and there, and the last 2 scrolls become loose, and they're freed.
Okay. So we look like we got a complete set of plans here, Tim, or what, man? I think we got to make a call pretty soon and get the hell out of here.
I mean, these look like the maps that we're looking for.
I start playing with my lighter.
Tim, we really need to
What?
start moving. This is a giant tinderbox, and Hugh is getting bored.
I'm gonna put the maps in my bag of holding.
Okay. And as you do that, and as you actually you felt a small vibration as you put those last 2 as you pulled off those last 2 scrolls, like as you were wiggling them off, like there seems to have been like a little bit of a vibration that you felt in your hand, like the scroll vibrated a little bit as you pulled it, triggering a silent alarm. And as the 4 of you turn around quickly, you see 2 of these statues holding stone swords rushing at you as they've come to life, triggering after you've triggered the silent alarm. Roll some initiative.
Oh boy.
All right. That was cocked.
16.
Natural 1.
Oh, jeez.
Running hot.
Good.
This is going to go well for you.
This time on the natural ones.
I got a 5 plus.
We are gonna get murdered. We are gonna get murdered.
You just might get murdered. Hold on, my eyes are acting up. I need to grab some eye.
Flipping the laundry.
No, like my eyes are burning. That's what she said.
I also have +2 on my initiative, so actually 18.
All right, let me get a piece of paper because my notebook seemingly disappeared. Okay, Hugh, what did you roll? Or Hugh's gone.
I rolled
Pat,
a
what'd you
1,
roll?
but I do have so I still get, like, even though I rolled a 1, I still get to get my
Yeah, initiative doesn't
okay.
count.
So initiative, where is that? 3.
Hank, what'd
I
you
got
get?
a 3.
16 +2, so 18.
Nice.
And do you guys remember what Hugh had?
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
he
I don't think you rolled. Is Tim participating in this battle?
Oh shit! Yeah, I gotta roll 10.
He's just bolting for the tunnel. He's just running.
Right. He's like,
Is that
you guys
tunnel
can
still
handle this.
there?
I'm out.
Yeah, it's up for an hour. So.
Well, I wasn't sure how long it was actually taking us to roam around in here.
How long's it been?
You guys have been looking for pretty close to 45, 50 minutes.
Well, as long as we don't let Hugh die, he can dig us a tunnel out. I mean, I'm sure we could just leave, also just walk out from one of the doors as well. We're in the inside of the place now, so getting out shouldn't be as hard as getting in.
We should try to get one of these stone things to break a door for us.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
What did you roll for initiative?
5 plus what do you add to it?
Your initiative modifier. It's underneath. It's in the middle of your character sheet too.
It's under actions.
Midway down. Yeah, it's under actions exactly.
Character sheet 2 is items.
Character sheet 1. I'm sorry, my mistake.
I think you're +4. So
Damn.
is it a 9?
9. Sure. Where's actions?
Aang, you're gonna be first.
All right.
Then Tim's gonna go. We got Hugh, then Gris, and then the statues.
Whoa, how bad did the statues roll?
They also rolled a 3,
Oh,
but
nice.
you're gonna go before them.
Sick.
So as you guys are all grouped together, you notice that you turn around and these statues are bolting at you, and they're about 10 feet away from you. The one was right in front of you, and it's like closing in quickly, and the other one is about 20 feet behind you, back over in this area, and quickly making its way up here. So you guys are right in front of this bookshelf, and you turn around, and they're these large. They're like 10 feet tall, and they have these stone swords that you thought was just part of the statue, but apparently they are definitely made out of marble, and they're definitely sharp.
This is gonna ruin the edge of my battle axe. Just absolutely destroy the edge of it.
I mean, the good thing is that marble is pretty brittle, so maybe they just kill you, but they break both their swords, and then we get away.
Yeah.
So they're definitely not like 3 dudes on each other's shoulders, just in giant armor, right? Like,
No, they're definitely
Okay.
For sure. Okay.
they're definitely
Okay.
stone dudes.
Okay.
Actually,
All right.
one of them is a female warrior who was known to. You saw briefly on the nameplate underneath of her statue before they became alive. When you were taking in the room, you saw that she was a famous warrior who, at one point, Brinst had a gladiatorial coliseum before it got turned into a theater, and she was like a famous gladiator who went undefeated for several months before getting beheaded. Now she was immortalized as a statue as one of the longest running gladiators, and is now charging at you. So Aang, what are you doing?
I am going to take a swing at the closest one with my battle axe. Gonna double fist it.
All right, make an attack roll.
15.
Okay, that hits.
Oh,
Did you add anything to
No.
it? Do we need to reteach you combat?
maybe.
God bless it.
15 and then plus 5 for a bonus, right? Or
Yeah, that should be
okay.
right.
So yeah, then 20.
That hits. Roll damage, which should be a D12 plus something.
It is 1d10 for my versatile.
It's 1d10
yeah.
versatile? Oh, that's right. It's a battle axe,
Yeah.
not a great axe. Okay, you're good.
10. Here we go. 7. Yeah, 7.
7 points of damage. All right, so describe how you crash down onto this this statue bolting at you.
I see it coming at me with its arm kind of raised, exposing its midsection, and I just take a big swing straight into its gut, basically, or where
Baseball style?
its gut should be, and just baseball style. It just try to cut into it as much as I can.
You come in for the blow like Mark McGuire swinging a baseball bat, and you see a small hairline fracture crack into this statue as you deal 7 points of damage to it.
All right, guys, I made the first damage.
Are you going to do anything else with a bonus action?
And then I will tumble aside to make sure I'm out of immediate range of it.
Are you going to tumble over towards the back end of the library?
Yes.
This way?
Over towards that candle.
Okay. And with that, Tim kind of looks shiftily around the room, trying to figure out his spacing as quickly as he can, and he's going to run up, and he pulls out a short sword and tries to do exactly what you did. He was inspired by how you cracked into this statue, and he's going to try to do the same thing with a short sword. He hits and deals 8 points of damage.
Solid.
With that, he kind of shifts over to the side there and is kind of like right in front of this statue, saying, Hugh, yeah, help me out here. I'm gonna need some other halfling help.
Good luck with that.
Don't look at me like we're
Hugh's looking at the adult magazines right now.
I know they're really good magazines. Halfling, it's a good one. I know which one you're looking at. That was a good month.
I go over to Gris and I prick him with my dagger. I need some of this, and I take a drop of his blood.
What?
What the fuck?
It's a requirement. I need it.
For what?
So I just got stabbed.
I didn't stab you. I pricked you, just like a little prick, and I took a drop of your blood so I can cast Bane. I'm casting Bane on 3 of the statues.
There's only 2 of them.
All right.
Exactly. He said it. It's happening.
I'll cast the third target on Tim.
How does Bane happen? You hit 3 statues.
Target goes. Third target on Tim. Up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within range must make charisma saving throws. Whenever a target that fails this saving throw makes an attack or saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number of rolled from the attack roll or saving throw. And then at higher levels does other stuff.
You don't have to use.
You don't have to put on
Yeah,
tempo.
you don't have to use all 3.
Yeah, but I have 3 to use, and it would be a waste not to. Value, guys, value.
So we're making charisma throws?
Yes.
What do I have to beat?
It doesn't say what it compares it to, right? Or what do I compare it to? My spell casting?
Yeah, I think that would be your spellcasting modifier. That
Are we talking?
This is why I print out your sheets too.
These sheets are confusing, guys. Is it Arcana?
Spellcasting attack modifier on your 3rd page.
On character sheet 3?
Yeah, up at the top.
Oh, attack modifier +4. Spell save 12.
So I have to beat a 12.
14. I guess spell save DC. What is that?
Yeah, so you're casting a spell on these statues, and I would be making a spell I have to beat your spell save, otherwise I fail.
Oh. Okay, cool. 12.
Okay. So the first statue that was like right in front of you guys definitely fails, and the second statue also fails, and Tim luckily saves, rolls a natural 20, and is kind of gives Tim looks at you, Hugh, and says, "What's the fucking big idea here?
It had to be 3.
I showed you where my nudie magazines were. Come on."
That's a sacred bond.
I didn't make fun of you when you cried. I haven't eaten your lizard yet. Come on.
Don't you touch Scarl. And I'm a proud halfling. I'm not afraid to show the world my tears.
I mean, I am too, but I mean, you're reading a book about a little dog. So roll your. Is it a D6 you said that I have to subtract from attack throws?
D4.
D4. Okay, so what is that?
Oh, I roll it. Cool.
Yeah.
I got a 3. Solid.
All right, perfect. Are you gonna do any other moving? I think pricking Gris, I think, would have been like a bonus action, just because it's kind of weird and you're doing something. And then the the spell would have been your full action, right? So yeah, any movement?
Is that I get more
No
attacks?
movement.
Oh, movement. Where am I in relation? I want to take cover underneath one of the tables.
Okay, so you were kind of over here reading your book in the light as they were searching these bookshelves. So you were like up against a column where there's a ever burning torch, and so you see what's kind of going on, and you run over and you duck underneath this desk, shoving the chair out of the way as it falls to the ground, making a loud clank.
I'm trying to recreate that scene in Jurassic Park with the T-Rex. I do my best bright-eyed, bushy-faced youngster impression as I'm left alone in this desk.
And Gris, as you see Hugh run away, you're up.
So Aang is still engaged with one of the first statue, correct?
He actually tumbled out of the way as a bonus action.
Oh. So no one's engaged with the first statue?
Actually, the Tim would be engaged.
Okay.
He kind of is like standing right in front of it.
Cool. So I'm going to draw my rapier, and I'm going to attack the first statue, and I'll get sneak attack because it's engaged with a comrade.
That is correct.
So that's a natural 20. So natural 20, so I get a D8 plus 2 is the damage. So I double that, right? Oh, shit. So D8.
You get a full D8 plus your damage,
Yep.
and then roll another D8.
Okay. So that's 3.
I think that's
Plus 2 is
Is
5.
that how we decided we were going to do that?
I thought we just doubled the original roll, right? Double the dice.
we could do it however we wanted to.
Yeah, I just want to be consistent. That's all.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what we did, because I think you or Aang have rolled a
Critical
nat 20 on an attack like this before.
I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've done it.
So when you score a critical hit, you get to roll extra dice for the attack's damage against the target. Roll all of the attack's damage dice twice, then add them together. So does that include? Does that include? Oh, you'll also if you sneak attack, you also roll those dice twice as well.
So you do 4d8 plus.
Well, no, because my
8.
my sneak attack is a d6.
Okay.
So I roll 2 d6s and 2 d8s.
Damn.
I'm gonna roll.
Not bad. And you add 2 to everything?
No, then I add 2 to the 2 d8s. So add 4.
Okay, so it'll be plus 4.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll these plus 4.
Yep.
So that's 9, 12, 16, 20 damage.
Woo! Are you kidding? 20 damage.
That thing better be
I
in
got a
fucking
6.
pieces.
On my 8s, I got a 6 and a 3, and then on my 6s, I got a 4 and a 3.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. How do you want to do that?
Oh,
because you had multiple attacks and
I
stuff
want
like
to,
that, right?
yeah. So I want to, on the first statue, I want to like jump off, like it's got like one leg forward. I want to jump off its leg and like in the air, just like samurai its head off, right across with the rapier, and then land and like it topples behind me.
Oh my god. Yeah, that happens. You do that. The stone head rolls off and like makes a very loud clang as it falls and like falls off to the wayside and rolls off over towards a lit column.
I just wanted you guys to see my dice. That I'm not kidding. All right. And then after that, I will. I'm gonna disengage. And well, I guess I don't have to since there's not one around.
Oh, it's still alive.
Oh, it's still alive? Oh, I thought I killed it.
It's definitely still it's still
Oh, shit.
alive.
All right.
But you did a lot of damage to it. It is not looking
okay.
good.
So I am going to disengage, so it doesn't have any opportunity attacks. I'm away from it. Or actually, I'm gonna hop.
Can you disengage as a bonus?
A bonus action, yeah.
Oh shit! That's really good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna disengage.
Okay.
Get away from it.
And are you gonna tumble out of the way like Aang did?
I'm gonna moonwalk backwards. So I'm like,
I
it's pretty
respectfully accept
it's
that.
pretty baller.
Aang, you're up.
They don't try to. I thought they tried to attack, or do they?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I mean, I'll go.
Sorry,
I have no problem with that.
Okay, so the statues are up. And this first statue that's in front of you, it doesn't have a head. The head that rolled over towards the column that has that ever burning torch, the head is like blinking and looks very furious. Like it's still like animated, so it's detached from the body, but it's trying to just grimace and she looks very angry. This statue, she looks pissed that her head has been taken off of her body, as her body just kind of rushes forward towards Tim, not knowing exactly what it's swinging at. It makes a sword attack, like another short sword attack, and it just swings back and forth twice at Tim, trying to hopefully hit him.
Does it get disadvantaged because it doesn't have a head?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Actually. So
I'm gonna work the angles, man.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. And it, without a head to really get its spatial awareness going, it's just swiping this stone sword at at shoulder level of what the statue would be at, so about 8 feet in the air. So it's just swinging this sword over top of Tim's head as a halfling. And Tim's just kind of looking up and laughing as this first statue is failing miserably, and the statue itself ends up running backwards the opposite direction with its back towards you guys, as it is really confused, and the body can't really communicate with the head, but the head's still just staring at you guys. Like, if it could move its chin, if she could move her chin to inch herself towards you guys, she would. She is that. The face that she's making is just very, very angry, and you'd be impressed by it. The second statue, however, runs up towards you, Gris, seeing what you did to the other statue, and makes 2 sword attacks at you.
Do I get a reaction to it coming up to me?
No, not if it's just coming at you.
Okay.
Unless do you have a reaction that you can?
Well,
do?
I do have reactions of an opportunity attack, but I don't know if that would, if an opponent an enemy is engaging with me, I don't think I get an opportunity attack, right? Unless they're trying to move.
No.
Away from me, right?
So the way that the opportunity attack happens is if they were engaged with you and then they run away.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Them running away, I've explained this to somebody else before, so it makes sense to me to explain it to you. With the whole disengage versus an opportunity attack, the reason you get an opportunity attack is if you're engaged with somebody and they decide to use their movement to actually run away from you. That's the full motion of turning around, putting their back to you. Gotcha. Not really, and if they would
only when it moves out
disengage
of your reach,
you, they would kind of shuffle back. Think about two people fencing. They would shuffle back and facing you, and then once they have enough space out of your reach, then they turn around and run. So that's the difference.
Gotcha. All right, good to know. All right, so it's going to try to take a swing at me?
Yeah, so it makes 2 attacks. The first one, it's going to take its stone sword that it also has, and it's going to try to slash at you. This is a male statue. You didn't catch the name or anything, but this male statue is grimacing and looking very angry as it comes towards you and makes its first attack, swinging its sword at your head.
Okay.
What's your AC?
What did it roll? I'll tell you what it is. 14.
That's a 24.
Shit.
Woo.
My AC is 56, and
and that is 8 damage.
Okay.
As it takes its sword and slashes at you, grazing your newly branded armor that you got from that smith. Okay. That smith shop, if you recall.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So yeah, it just grazes one of the ram horns, and there's a very shallow cut where you took some damage there as it slashed into you. and then because that was a sword attack first, right?
Yep.
So then, as it slashes at you, it turns around with its big stone fist. Like its fist is like a little bit bigger than your head, maybe like about the same size as your head, and it comes to try to punch you right in the face with this second attack. And that one actually, it's off balance after that first blade swipe, and as it tries to do the 1-2 slash and punch, the punch crosses over, missing you and going right over your one of your shoulders as you kind of dip out of the way. Infuriated by this, it's going to stay where it's at, kind of sizing you up and trying to get and like see who this thief stealing documents from the library is.
All right, I'm gonna like hold my. Where did he slash me in my side?
Yeah, like more towards your shoulder. Like he was
little
really
help here,
focusing
guys.
on that area.
Little help.
Is it my turn yet?
It's Aang's turn.
All right.
I feel like I don't get turns.
So
Get the one that still has its head.
I'm actually gonna go after the one the body that doesn't have a head, and just see if I can like finish it off. So that way we're not like worrying about some random headless Amazon like swinging a sword around. So I'm gonna try to get it again in the midsection like I did last time, and just really try to explode it.
And that's actually, so you know, Aang, that's the statue that is facing away from you. So I'm going to give you advantage on the attack.
So 13 plus 5, so 18.
That hits.
And I'm swinging double-handed again, so I'm going to roll my d10. And I got a 6.
Are you rolling the right?
I think
die?
so.
What'd you roll?
6.
What do you add to that?
It just says 1d10 for versatile.
Plus what?
For versatile, just it doesn't have plus anything.
It should have a plus something. It should be like plus 2 or something.
And for the damage regularly, it's 1d8 plus 3.
Yeah, so you add 3.
So 9.
The statue actually, as you try to stab it in the side, it starts to spin, and you didn't try to stab, you slashed at it, right? Because you're doing battle axe damage. Yeah. So as you try to slash at it, it starts to turn around, sensing the vibration of your heavy footsteps, and you actually lop off the free arm of this statue. So now you have like a statue with no head, one arm, and very it's looking like it's about to fall over if you would give it any more
Okay,
hassle.
but it's still holding its sword, huh?
Yeah, it's still holding the sword, but you lopped off the other arm, so it won't get the fist attack. Anything else you want to do?
I'll stay engaged with it. That's fine.
Okay, any bonus action?
No, I don't really have too many bonus actions. It's either.
You have one really good one, but that's fine.
I mean, I thought my breath. I thought my breath counted as like an actual action.
No, man. Frost breath is a bonus action.
I'll save it.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Tim's up, and as Tim sees what you're doing, Aang, he runs up to this statue, jumps up and off like the back of the calf of this statue, and tries to do a couple more attacks with his short sword like he did the first time. In the action of jumping up off of this calf to try to make some slashes with a sword, he unfortunately didn't time his jump as well as he could have, and the statue is still kind of running away in the opposite direction, and he misses with both of his attacks. So he kind of looks over at you, Hugh, and says, you got in my head, and now I'm thinking about the magazines. Sorry. And with that, Hugh, you're up.
Come on, Hugh.
I'm gonna use a spell. It's a very powerful spell. I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good on the statues. I wanna see. Maybe we're on the wrong side of history, guys. Maybe we're
It's
on the wrong
literally
side of
trying to
history.
attack you. I don't think there's really much like.
Has he even been attacked
would-
yet? Has anyone swung at him?
I'd like to cast Detect Good
This is
and
the
Evil.
second
I wanna
time
s-
I've been
I wanna see if
mortally
these guys
wounded in
are
a fight.
good or evil. I can cast Mending and put its like head back on if you want. Like that's healing.
Why would you do that to the statue whenever Gris?
Mr. Statue, are you good or are you evil?
I hope it stabs you and says evil.
You don't really get a read because if I'm remembering that spell correctly, since I've cast it myself, I don't think you get to see if it's charmed or if a creature is charmed or what else.
For the duration, you know of an aberration, celestial, elemental, key, fiend, undead, etc., within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Yeah, you're not getting any of those readings as you cast that spell.
So these are basically no moral guidance. Just literally, is it a god or is it a demon?
Yeah, you don't get anything off of that.
All right, I haven't used this spell in a while, guys. I kind of forgot what it did. I didn't get much. Just
so naturally, this is when you decide to try that spell.
You know, experience is the best teacher.
Anything else?
I want to pull the chair closer to the desk so it hides me a bit more.
Sounds like a legitimate plan. Gris, you're up.
All right. Is there one that's one of the statues is engaged with Tim, right?
It's still facing the opposite direction, and
so it doesn't see me.
The second one is engaged with you.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the one that came over
right,
and attacked you.
Right. Okay, then I'm gonna. I guess. It's engaged with me. Let's see. If I disengage, and then I guess I can't do that either. I guess I just have to attack the one that's in front of me. Yeah, I'll just do that. I'm trying to think of a way where I can get my sneak attack, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So
you just gotta commit, man. You just gotta commit.
Not this one.
I mean, I'm pretty busted up already, but I think we're gonna have to just go for it.
I always say yes to sneak attack.
You could try hiding under another desk. I'm kind of surprised that you haven't yet.
Wow, this is a perfectly good desk. Why would I change?
That wasn't a shot at you, Hugh. I'm just flashing back to the giant fucking troll that was beating up on me, and Gris is just like trying to hide under fucking dirt.
It was a burning bush.
After the bush, at one point there was dirt. He was literally trying to just throw dirt on himself.
Yeah, I just covered it up like a crab.
Try to dig a hole.
Like I'm a flounder. You can't see me.
All right, so I guess I will just attack the one that's in front of me.
Okay.
I should probably roll a die.
Yeah, I'm like, and your rolls are?
That is not good.
Oh boy.
That is a hold on. Let me just make sure. It's a 9. 5 plus 4 is 9.
It's a 9.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you miss.
Shit.
Unfortunately, you sting your rapier into the stone marble of this statue, and it just bounces off, not really doing anything.
Okay, then I will disengage. And yeah, I'm gonna disengage.
You have. I can't believe you have disengage as like a bonus
Yeah.
action.
I'm a rogue.
Run away!
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna hide instead. I'm gonna hide instead of
There it
disengage.
is.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide.
There it is.
Pat,
What?
disengage is an action.
No, it's not. It's a bonus action.
At what level does it become a bonus action?
It's literally in my thing as a bonus action.
It's
don't
on
even
mine
know.
as an actual action.
It's on mine as a bonus as an action and also a bonus action. I will hold on. I will pull it up for rogues, just so we can talk about it.
I'll let it happen.
I
for
mean,
the
it's on
sake
my
of,
sheet. I'm
what's
not
going
kidding.
on.
I'm not lying. It's on my sheet.
No, I believe you. I just am like dumbfounded by it. Because for everybody else, it's like a full. Is that a tiefling thing?
Yeah, it may be. I'll have to look it up. We'll move on and I'll look it up
Okay.
while we're doing this.
So the statues are looking pretty pissed off at you, or the one is with. They're both looking pissed off at you, but one of them is
But wait, did I
able to
I
do
hid
something
though.
about it.
I hid, so I didn't disengage. I went to hide.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I want to do. I want to hide.
All right. Well, then the statue that you were engaged with goes over towards Aang, who is now left in the open,
Surprise!
and is going to do both of his attacks at Aang. First, crashing a large fist as big as your head, Aang,
Oh boy.
right at you. Ooh, and that is a natural 1.
It stabs itself.
It swings around and uppercuts itself. Why hitting yourself?
It actually it swings, and it's a statue, and it's not as evenly weighted as like a normal being would be. So as it swings this giant fist at you, it shifts itself off of its balance and ends up falling on the floor and is knocked prone.
Nice.
So it is on the ground, and the statue with no head and one arm continues to swing its sword at the air and not really know what's going on. It kind of like meanders around, and that would bring you up.
All right. While this one statue is on the ground in front of me, I am going to try to basically just hack down on it and try to see how much damage I can do to it.
All right, roll your attack. Which one are you attacking? The second one that was engaged with you?
Yeah, the one that's now prone on the ground. So 17 plus 5 is 22.
That hits. Roll some damage.
All right, and my D10. Oh God, 0 plus 3, so 3.
No, that's good. A 0 on a D10 when
zero's
you're
a
rolling
10.
damage means you got 10,
okay.
so that's max.
Okay, cool.
So you dealt 13 damage to it.
Cool. Oh, shucks, man. Sorry, guy.
All right. Anything else?
And I will tumble away from the statue, and I think I'm like still kind of closer to the bookcases now. I think.
Yeah, that's pretty much where you're at. As you make your way back towards the bookshelf, Tim, not one to give up on something, chases after that headless statue and tries to swing at it again, trying to just finish up this thing. Hits it not once but twice. No, actually it only hits it once. Deals just about 6 damage to it. So this thing is hanging on by a thread. It's taken a knee. It doesn't know what direction's anything in. I think it almost threw down its sword in frustration, just because the body of this statue has no idea what's going on at this point. Tim is able to disengage with this statue as well, and runs away over towards you in the bookshelf. Hugh, you're up.
I am going to cast... Ooh. Let's see if Old Faithful does me right again. I'm going to cast... these things are made out of stone, right?
Yes, they are.
Oh boy.
I'm going to cast Mold Earth on one and just try and swipe its ankles out from under it. Just turn the stone that make up its ankles into jelly, into
Why
dust.
not do that to its head?
Or the whole body.
It would, because it's only a 5 foot.
The head fits
space,
within its
so
5
give it
foot
the
square
whole body.
space.
No,
I
it
was
doesn't.
going
They're
for
10 foot
comedic
tall and-
effect, okay? It would look funny if it just fell to the ground and crumbled, but fine.
No, that's
We'll
fine.
do it on its head.
Hugh, you do what you want to do. The head is not attached, or are you attacking the one with the head?
Yeah. I'm the two ankles, the ankle for each one. I'm taking them down like AT-ATs. Just aiming for the ankles, just turning it to liquid.
Which one are you doing that to?
I can use it 2 targets at once.
Okay, let's do it.
both. I just do it. It's not
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was expecting something. I should have expected less.
They came crashing to the ground.
Yeah, actually, the one that doesn't have a head any longer, as you take its ankles away from it and its feet, her body just crashes to the ground and she shatters into a million pieces. And the other one, as you cast this spell, it drops to its knees and starts crawling, trying to stand but not being able to, just because there's no balance, just walking on point shoes essentially without any feet. With that, Gris is up.
All right. So there's no one engaged with any of the enemies right now, right?
Mm-mm.
Yes, Aang is.
Okay. So whichever one Aang is engaged with, I'm
tumbled
going
away from it.
There's only one left.
Oh, that's right. It was kind of in front of you.
Okay. Well, I'm hidden anyway, right?
Yeah, you're hidden.
Okay,
anyways.
so I'm gonna sneak
I mean,
attack.
this thing's not
I'm
doing
gonna sneak
well.
attack the one that's left.
Okay.
That's a 15. 11 plus 4.
You hit.
Okay. 7. 5 plus 2 is 7.
Do you get the D6 for the sneak
That was
attack?
my D6. I rolled a 1 on my D8 and then a 4 on my D6. I rolled very poorly.
So that was a total of 6, you said?
Total of 7 damage.
All right, perfect. And are you doing anything else?
I'm going to hide again.
Okay. This last statue, all it's doing is it's crawling towards you. It saw you duck away, and it's... Are you like hidden behind the column?
Yeah, I'm like
there?
wherever I can hide. Doesn't matter where.
Okay, so as it kind of like saw you run away a little bit, and it's chasing after you on its hands and knees, but not getting there very fast. It's not going to really be able to attack when it can't stand like that. So, Aang, you're up.
All right. So I'm gonna just try to keep slashing away at this bastard and see how much damage I can get on it with a big old battle axe here. So 6 plus 5 is 11.
You unfortunately miss.
Damn it!
You swing this battle axe, and somehow like your hands are getting a little sweaty, and you hit it with the broadside of the axe, and it doesn't really do anything but reverberate in your hands a little bit, and it stings. No damage to you or anything, but you definitely didn't do anything to the statue.
Okay.
As it's crawling now towards you, it's going to switch directions a little bit. And with that, Tim sees that you had a little bit of trouble with it. Are you going to do anything else?
No.
Okay. And as Tim sees you have a little bit of trouble with it, he's going to run up and use his short sword and just try to slash at it as much as he can too. He figures if you can't really do any damage to it, he might not be as successful either, but he's going to give it a try. And with one of his hits, he slashes once and misses completely in the air. And with the second one, he lands and is able to crack into the shoulder blade of this statue and deal... That is an additional 8 damage. So this statue is not looking so hot at this point. You're starting to see little fractures in the marble, and an artist took an incredible amount of time chiseling away at some of the marble's imperfections, and as you guys are slashing at it piece by piece, chunk by chunk, these imperfections are coming back out. You're starting to see little hairline fractures in the actual statue. And with that, Hugh, you're up.
Man, it's funny, guys. I could have cast Mold Earth from the beginning and just avoided this whole thing. Life's funny that way.
It's hilarious.
I feel kind of guilty, so I'm gonna cast Mend cantrip and just kind of like patch out some of the cracks in the statue. Make it look nice.
Yeah. What does Mend do?
Mend is...
Does it like give health back at all?
Touch an object that is no larger than 5 foot cubed, such as a broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, a leaking wine sink, a single break or tear in a surface. That tear is mended, and any trace of the former damage is erased. An object with multiple breaks can be fixed with multiple applications of mending. This spell can physically repair a magic item or construct, but the spell cannot restore magic to such an object.
All right. You said the magic words, so roll a d6 for me.
3.
You have healed this animated statue for 3 health points.
Guys, look, I healed something. You can't say it anymore. I healed it.
Anything else, Hugh?
That was my turn.
Okay. And now Gris.
All right, there's one statue left, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'm hidden, so I'm going to sneak attack again.
Yeah, at this point, there's like 3 of you around this statue on its hands and knees. And you're just like taking turns, like Office Space, smashing into this thing.
I feel like it's also
And then
kind of
there's
like
Hugh
the
healing
Black Knight from Monty Python. Oh, it's only a flesh wound.
16.
That hits.
Okay. 9.
That's good. And anything else?
Nope. Well, I will go hide again.
Run away!
Coward!
As you run away, the statue makes
Coward.
a very bad attempt at standing up on these nubs, and just swings and like completely has no hope, a snowball's chance in hell that it was going to actually hit you, and falls back down to its knees and on its hands, and it's prone again. And with that, Aang, you're up.
All right, let's see if I can finish this shit off.
Yeah. Kill it.
11.
Plus what?
It was 6 plus 5.
Aang. You miss it completely.
All right.
For whatever reason, you must have tried to swing it right as it was like leaping out of the way, and you miss, unfortunately.
So how far away is it from me now?
It's like a couple feet in front of you. You're actively engaged with it.
All right, so I'm gonna do a bonus action and use my ice breath.
All right, do it.
So I guess I should roll the d20 first, huh? Do I need to roll it?
No, I actually have to make a save.
Okay.
The statue seems unaffected by your frost breath as you breathe out. It only deals half damage, so roll your damage.
Okay, so 2d6s. 2, 4. So 4. So it only does 2 damage to it?
No, 2 and a 4.
No, it was 2 2s.
Oh, 2 2s?
Yeah.
So 2 damage, yeah. That almost makes up for the health that Hugh healed.
Almost.
The statue.
Almost. Thanks, Hugh.
I'm gonna murder you for that, by the way.
Yeah, but it looks better now.
Tim notices that he has an opportunity to get in there and again try to slash away at this statue, Office Space style, and comes crashing down with his short sword on top of the statue and lands his first attack and also lands his second attack,
Ew.
dealing a whopping 12 damage to this thing. It is just hanging on.
Oh, come on.
He yells over to you, Hugh. Finish it off. I mean, then you can spend as much time as you want looking at these magazines. I really think we should get out of here. We're making a lot of noise.
I pick up Scarl and I let out a fierce war call as I huck Scarl at the statue. Yeah.
Make a strength throw? Is this like a roll a d20? This is like an improvised weapon attack. What are you doing right now?
Well, good thing I got a freaking 18.
All right, roll a
One thing he does
d4.
right.
Hucked him like a baseball.
Roll a d4 for me.
Say punt him like a baseball?
It's like in Anchorman where Will Ferrell punts Baxter, or Jack Black punts Baxter off the bridge.
Hugh, how do you want to do this?
Oh, got him.
Scarl just goes flying at the statue, so fast that it just slams against it. But Scarl has real dense bones. He's been through a lot, so he just kind of like goes through the statue like a bullet and lands gently on a pile of encyclopedias. He's a lava lizard. He's got rocks for bones. That's what I was told, at least.
Whoever sold you that lizard, I think, may have been a little full of themselves. But in the act of you throwing Scarl in such a way, the statue crumbles as Scarl drives through the marble, and it crumbles into a million pieces like the first statue. And you guys made a lot of noise, but the two statues that were sent after you have since been defeated.
Oh, really? Steel versus clashing on stone? I didn't think it was going to be loud at all.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
All right, gentlemen, I think now would be a good time for us to make our exit and get the hell out of here.
I agree.
I'm gonna run towards the exit.
Which exit? The exit you came in?
Yeah, the one that was made by Hugh.
Oh, that's gone.
What? It's been more than an hour?
Well, no, I can only cast 2 at a time, and I cast it on the ankles.
Okay. So can you cast more to get us out of here, Hugh?
I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty tired. We should find another one.
All right, I'm gonna stab Hugh. I'm gonna do just a little bit for my spell.
What spell's that?
This is my convince Hugh spell.
Roll persuasion.
That's a 16 plus I have pretty good persuasion, I think.
And
16 plus
Hugh,
5,
make a Constitution
21.
saving throw.
Make a what throw?
A Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. I have +2 for wisdom. 17.
What's your saving throw bonus though?
Where's that?
It should be right next to it.
Yeah, at the top of the wisdom, the top of the category.
Oh, saving throw is +4.
Okay.
So 21.
So what's your total?
20,
Who wins this contest?
17 plus 4 is 21.
And I have a 16 plus
You're
5
just rolling
is
a regular
21.
persuasion though.
Correct. I rolled regular persuasion. 16 plus 5.
So you also rolled a
21.
Ty goes to the defender.
yeah.
I think Ty goes to the person with the sword, right? Like,
I seen worse shit than that, boy.
all right, then
Scare
Tim
me.
looks at you guys frantically and is like, "Guys, this is not the time. We need to get out of here." I hear Hugh. He throws like 2 additional magazines at you. It's like, this is.
I don't like these. I don't want these. I'm not into tractors, man.
This isn't. These are the halflings are sitting on the tractors. It's not a tractor magazine.
I'm good. I'm good. I mean, what's
Let's get out of here. Like, Hugh, come on. And he pulls a dagger and like points at you. Like, I'm not getting screwed over on this job because of you.
As far as I can tell, I've been doing all the work. I got us in here. I fought off the statues. I probably was the one who found whatever it was we were looking for. I would just like to see a little respect. And I'm going to cast Mold Earth and make a tunnel under one of the walls.
Are you talking about like one of the walls over where you entered, like over here?
No. We should probably head back to the storeroom.
The
no,
storeroom?
the alley we were in.
No, the alley. That's what
Yeah,
I mean.
the
Yeah,
alley-
like the
yeah,
door-
that's-
the
Yeah,
door-
so that's back over here.
Oh, yeah, like that.
All right, so you're gonna mold Earth twice.
Yes, Mold Earth twice. 45 degrees, 5 feet. 45 degrees, 5 feet.
All right, and it's
All right, and this party of bandits successfully exits the library through.
I just want to make a note, just like George Costanza and Seinfeld, I like push my way through everyone else and run out first.
Like, tell me how you do this. Like, you frantically
yeah,
wave
like,
your arms and
make
stuff?
way,
Like,
make
what's
way.
going
I'm
on?
the sneaky one. I'm yelling as I'm pushing by people to get through the tunnel and get out of the building. I'm also bleeding everywhere. So
I'm like picturing Michael Scott during the
yeah,
fire
that's-
drill.
that's probably more accurate,
I-
actually.
I close it while he's under there. He's made a little tomb. Bitch, you said you've been coming for me. I've been watching, just waiting for my chance. Fell right
Are you
into my
saying
hands.
this like in the library still?
Yep. Out
Because he
loud.
went in first.
Yeah, I know. I closed it on him. It was all a grand ploy to get him to go first.
All right, Gris, what are you doing at this moment, being encapsulated in soil and stone?
Me?
Yeah.
He trapped you.
Yeah.
Shit.
You're like ducked down because it was only a 5-foot hole to begin
All right,
with.
well, I guess I take out my
And
short
now
sword and start
he
digging.
took
I start
off.
digging with my short sword, trying to get out.
Like, you only got 5 minutes of air down there. You want to make some apologies?
Nope. I'm gonna die with my sword up. My sword up, so when he walks, he steps on it. He gets tetanus.
All right. They'll let you out at any minute.
I will use booming voice. I'll use my thaumaturgy cantrip and actually I'll use thaumaturgy and like start shaking the ground, trying to like loosen up some of the soil so I can dig my way out. It's only 5 feet. I just have to like dig with the soil.
It's not even 5 feet. He just like knocked off like the top 2 feet. You have to go like 2 feet. Like you're poking the ceiling of this tomb with your sword, and like the point of your sword is like going completely through, and like you can start to see little bits of moonlight coming.
Yeah,
through.
I dig harder.
And-
dig harder.
What's in the box, Chris? What's in the box?
And as Hugh yells this at you, you hear it in it's hushed, like he's in like another room. Like you can't really hear it like he was like next to you, but you can still hear him like if he was like upstairs and you were downstairs in a house or something like that. And as he's yelling that, there's actually a large guard in full gear and a large two-handed longsword is like at the other end of the books where you guys entered the large maze of bookshelves, and he screams, "Stop, thieves! Stop!"
I'm still digging.
Stop right there!
Every man for himself. Every man for himself.
I cast Mold Earth again and make that passageway, and I start kicking Gris like, "Get your fat ass up there!"
All right, this guard is chasing after you, and
I cast Mold Earth and just dive down in there.
So I'm confused. Are we like on the other side of the wall yet, or like who actually made it through
you guys
the
have
wall?
an opening.
Did anybody?
You have the tunnel going right here.
We were all locked on the other side.
Hugh locked you out. You guys like Tim, Aang, and Hugh were standing right here, while Gris was like under the ground,
digging
like
my way
between. Like he was underneath the wall technically.
Here I thought Gris like went last or something like that, and we're like all on the outside of the library.
Shove him, Tim.
And
just shove the guard, Tim, and make your escape. It'll be fine. You only have to be faster than the slowest member.
this is true.
Which is you.
Tim manages to make it through, and
Well, see you, Aang.
and Aang, are you coming through the hole?
Yes, I'm
there?
coming through.
Okay, so you've all made it out of the damn hole at this point, and are on the outside in the alleyway.
We start running. We run.
Remember, there's a bunch of
I jump over him.
barrels in the way.
I jump over him. I
an
run
athletics check.
and I kick him. I kick him down when I'm running. Make a what check?
Athletics. I wanna see this happen.
That's actually not bad. Athletic. Is it under?
Strength.
So a 13.
All right, you managed to like steeplechase over top of these barrels and just make it. It was more of a hurdle, and if you would have like dropped your back leg just like a hair any further, you would have like tumbled ass over tea kettle and like would have been had a bad time. But because of that, you just made it, and now everybody else suddenly comes to a stop in this alleyway where these barrels are. Hugh, did you close that open dirt?
I'm waiting for the guard to come out to close it on him.
What?
Okay.
As the guard started to climb under.
So you see the guard running, and he actually just kicks open the door. Since you guys never looked at the door from the inside, there was just like a wooden latch holding it down in place.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and you guys never seem to check that.
Fucking amazing.
Guys, what did I say at the beginning?
dive
Just check the damn doors.
I dive back into the tunnel while the guard chases after them, so I sneak back into the library.
So the rest of the party manages to get around these barrels, and the guard is trying to like move a very heavy barrel as fast as he can in order to get after you guys. And seconds pass, and you guys are still running down this alleyway through over and around boxes. You're doing a little bit of parkour. It looks kind of ridiculous because you don't.
Because everything everything we do looks ridiculous.
Parkour.
Yeah, exactly. And Hugh is still in the ground at this point, and the guard is chasing after you guys. But as you guys make your way down the avenues, you're able to take a couple side streets and other alleyways that are connecting between some of the behind some of these houses, and Tim actually runs in front of you, Gris, and he's like, follow me. I can show you the way over to Marissa's. We should get back there now. Let the heat cool down.
Running.
Yeah. So.
And Hugh is still.
Hugh, what are you doing?
Hugh's still in the ground.
I snuck back into the library behind the guard while the guard was chasing after them. I was cornered!
What, did you want more of those magazines?
I'll just wait in the library till daybreak and go out with the crowd.
There's no crowd to go out with.
Not yet.
I mean, it's a public.
They're
library.
gonna find you
People
in
will
there.
Open up. No, dude, it was amazing there. I'll just pretend to be a statue.
Smelliest statue.
Whatever you
And
say.
I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight, with you guys minus Hugh running towards Maritza's. And
Perfect.
You make it into Maritza's magical menagerie. The eager, smiling face of Maritza greets you as she says, "Did you find it, boys?"
Everything went exactly according to plan.
Hey y'all, it's your DM Zeki. As you may have heard at the beginning of the cast, Pat mentioned that you can find us on Facebook. That's really cool. We would love to see more people finding the page, and specifically, we would love to hear back from all the listeners out there. Now, that's pretty cool and all, but what about some sweet loot? Everyone loves stickers, and the first 50 people who write in a review of the show on Facebook will be getting one. Head over to facebook.com, search The Natural Ones, or /the Nat1S cast, like, follow, or both, and leave a review to be eligible. Hope to see you there.